of imagination into the scent of angel spring. Welcome, Anatola and Anafa.
Hello. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm also excited about all of you beautiful people joining us today. And so we're going to talk about all sorts of interesting things. But before we do, I just wanted to set the scene, set the stage a little bit, because we all came from busy lives and schedules, so many distractions and other things on our attention. So I just wanted to give this moment to bring us all here in this present moment together. Is that cool? Yeah. So, I invite everyone to take something that you do every day but don't really think about. A deep breath in and, and if it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to gently close. So I am going to ring a bell, and at the sound of the bell, I just want to beat all the should haves, would haves, need tos in your mind behind, and fall fully into the infinite space that is your imagination. And first, feel your feet on this ground that is green. And your back. And take a moment to focus on your mind. Now we have this thing, this imagination that's not only in your head, but it also can fill this whole and encompass this entire space. Your consciousness can hold an entire world inside its work. Feel your imagination expand throughout the whole cosmos. And one more time, take a breath in to feel this expansive nature of your own mind. And exhale all the stuff getting in just for a moment today, together, here, right now. We don't have to worry about the how, and we don't have to worry about if it is possible. For today. And to our few moments, I'm going to action. And we're all going to join this collective all of us are excited to be here and create a journey into the world of deep passion. Feeling energized and excited to make gratitude. Welcome to the world reimagined. Welcome back. Great. Yeah, okay. My name is Davies. I, along with Paris, am one of the hosts of Meta Monday. And that beautiful ceremony was from Anatola and Anoka over here, creators of Reimagine, the little piece of their project behind us. Anatola is the founder, director, also an artist, futurist, and award-winning filmmaker from New York, and also her art is on the move right now. I know, so we'll get into that. And Nava is the co-creator, chief curator of Reimagine, and is also an artist, an alchemist. And so thank you both for joining us. That was the best intro we've ever had to and I know you guys have your third co-creator, but maybe wanted to say Omar. Oh, you know. Well, Omar is the lead three artist, obviously. So the domes and the clouds and that you can experience in VR after this was all really brought to life by Omar. He is a 3D animator who lives in Egypt right now. So, but of course, helps to make all of this possible.
Thank you, Omar. Hopefully he's watching. Maybe of these hybrid events. So what inspired each of you to create this project and to collaborate together? Origin story.
What inspired me? Well, I know that I wanted to create a world, or I think I've always been drawn to creating a world, whether through filmmaking, through various visual artworks. And I found that technology like VR or immersive virtual worlds like this one could make me actually have a world. Because I think it's nice the feeling to, well, I love science fiction and make science fiction works. So I like thinking about world building and different ways the world can be organized and operated. And I feel that if you design a world, you can just design every little part of it. You can make buildings floating in the clouds, like this one is. And you can make just give a world your own rules, whether it's led by diverse people or it's sustainable or all the things that I would like this world to be. I was able to put my stamp on it. So that was one of the driving forces of Reimagine.
Yeah, I think that's where you and I find our work is, you create your utopia, the virtual world. I know that your utopia has very intentional aspects about economic fairness. Can you delve into a little bit on how you see that playing out with this in the future of your metaverse? Economic fairness.
Okay, so we mentioned before that one of the goals of this platform, Reimagine Immersive, is to create an equitable space, which can relate to economics, but more we're coming from a space of equity when it comes to cultural, sharing culture, and what the future of that is from an equitable approach. Which is honestly re-indigenizing a lot of the ways we exchange art, the ways that we showcase our gifts to each other, and creating an equitable platform approach to this. So Reimagine Immersive can emerge similar to a museum, but it also could emerge as a performance. It can emerge as premiering your new music project, your new film. Just meant to be a platform because also as a world builder and an artist, from my artist side, I'm kind of bored with, honestly, I'm kind of bored with premiering my stuff on YouTube and Instagram. Like, there just needs to be a cooler place for me to put my stuff when my shit hard. Use my language. It's like too sacred for the spaces, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's like too lit. I'm too juicy. So I'm like, I want to put it other places. I want it to look cool and feel cool. So that's also just a vibe, like, you know how we do it. You see how fly we are. We're making a fly place. It's gonna be fly. So people be for the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's also what equitable means to me personally. It just means a place for the people. By people for the people. No numbers behind people's names no more. I'm like over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little sassy already. I'm Ananta, guys. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so that's the answer to that.
I love it. You are fun. Check out that thing. She does the things. Yeah. I'll see some later, so stay till later.
How did you two meet and begin joining in on this project together?
Okay, so I need to tell the story of how I met Anaka because
Let's hear both sides.
okay, so I was working at Tribeca Film Festival in New York. And it was during COVID, so they had all screenings outside. I was at one by the Hudson Yards, which is that big building.
The vessels?
Yeah, the vessel, by the vessels. And I was done for the day, so I was just Okay, fly. And so right next to the vessel is the shed, which is this amazing, top-notch art space. And me, I don't know, I just walked past the shed. It attracted me for some reason. There so happened to be an event starting that exact moment, and people were really welcoming. They're like, "Oh hi, a group event." It was a free event, so I just walked in and sat down. And little did I know that the legendary The Fly, Anaka, was performing that just then. Exactly, because it's like my part, like yeah, let me connect it later. And the performance just blew me away because she had songs, she had pole, she had incense, films, all the things. So I was sitting there very inspired and it just blew me away. And then fast forward a little bit later and I was like,
And then we're both film directors, and we both got to show our works, our short films in the same short film program at the New York African Film Festival. So I got to see Anatola's film, and I was just like, wow, this is an incredible film. And then it was just cool to play it alongside each other and a couple other awesome filmmakers of African descent. Woo woo! Shout out the motherland. And yeah, so we linked up after that, and I was also just very excited to come into this project with Anatola because as an archivist, I always think about, I'm personally meditating on how we can utilize just archiving more in the metaverse space. So coming into this platform space first was really an alignment for me as an artist and archivist because, yeah, we need to be more intentional about how we hold space together and how we share art and culture. So I'm honored to get to join Anatola's vision, this space, and continue to expand our imaginations.
So what does that look like for the three of you, Omar, who did collaborate? Who was doing what? Or who did what?
I mean, it's still being co-created right now, and I also think it's the artists who are part of the space that really bring it to life because platform for people to share their visions and their stories and for experts to come in and have important conversations about what the future can look like. And I know that I just went finding space because I really enjoy being able to get into the nitty gritty and design buildings look, how yes, yes. So designing the world itself, Omar bringing it to life, and also to bring in artworks that are powerful in the space. But an important element is the gamification because I think sometimes people can get they don't know what to do in a new space. So they need to know the rules. So when you enter, you're welcomed by a voice that welcomes you to the space and explains some of the backstory. That there is a huge issue wrong, and we need your vision to solve this quantum puzzle and save the future. So you walk through the space and you're told that you need to find a rotating gear, which you can all find if you check out the space in my VR headset back after this. But you find the rotating gear and that unlocks a portal that you can go through and it brings you to the next level of the space. So it consists of a series of levels, each one with their own mission. Second one, you have to find a seed because we need to seed our visions for the future before they can grow. And then the last portal is the garden portal where you can plant your seed and have your vision grow. And here you can say what is one word that you want your ego future to look like, and you can see that vision come to life and see other people's visions, galleries around it. So that's some of the gamification elements of it. And then, of course, while you're doing all this, there is amazing artworks from diverse creators, Black, Indigenous, people of color, including Anagas. And so it's just meant to be this wonderland that leaves you feeling, wow, and just inspired at the end.
Would you say another those are the takeaways of what we want to have as well?
Yes, of course. And also, I think it's important for us to just be present with each other's works more. We've been in a time where everything's rushed and we're like flicking through things every 15 seconds on social media. And I really think it's time to like really appreciate art for it being art. And yeah, I've just been, especially as director, maybe you relate, but I found there's this kind of like blur between content and art right now, and I really just want to bring back the culture and tradition of like honoring art and culture, elevating what we're really truly channeling, what needs to be channeled, and thinking of ways to share it that's equitable. So, yeah, the reason why we emphasize Black, Indigenous people of color as well in this space is because there is still a huge access gap within the arts and culture world right now in terms of access to how we can even share our works with each other. Because those portals that we have right now are owned by people who don't care about us. I'm gonna just say it. So I'm ready to have a portal that cares about us so we can just share what's happening and really be real about it and not have to have anyone else's permission.
Speaking of access, also focusing on the virtual world VR space, there's still, there just needs to be more diversity in there too. But also, I was speaking to B about this, about how it's still very much the new frontier right now. It's not fully been so there's just the opportunity for diverse creators to get in there and to build world and to put their mark on the culture of aversive design. And so that's another thing of what this whole thing can do. Yeah.
Actually, the next question.
Oh, well,
So,
I'm a futurist after all.
So for your film,
Nice. Well, first of all, yeah, the moon. I mean, the moon is like a little more like happened. So
yeah, where did this idea come from to take it?
well, Afro Algorithms, for those who don't know, is a 3D animated short film about AI and bias. And it takes place in a distant future where there's the first artificial intelligence leader of Earth, and she goes on a journey to find pieces that are missing from her algorithm, which includes the data of the historically marginalized and oppressed. And it got an invitation to be a part of a museum curated by Space Blue that brought the work of 222 artists to the moon on a nickel disc that was bolted to the Intuitive Machines Odysseus' lunar lander that landed on the moon on February 22nd this year. Um, yeah. So, yes. I think there's a clear segue for me because at the end of the project, the AI protagonist addresses the nation because she's the world's first AI leader, and she says, we've come a long way as a world, but that without creativity, vision, and imagination, no more change will come. And so the ultimate question at the end is, what future are we creating? And so after really more focusing my work on algorithmic bias, I started to focus my almost a research question of my work of how can we reimagine the future? And that all brings me here. And when I think about why I really dive into this word of imagine, is because when you look at the world around you, everything from the chair to that cool car to this event. Oh, really? No, those are cool. I like both of the cars. Like, that's, I would say home, but it doesn't have a roof, so. But we can figure it out.
Somebody wants to buy one.
Yes. The car, the event, all the things first had to be imagined. And when you think about
Add time.
But if you're gonna change it,
it's like who imagined it and who did they imagine it for? So we're often, people from historically marginalized communities can find themselves living in someone else's imaginary. And so I'm thinking about how we can decolonize the imagination and decolonize spaces like this so that we can leave our own mark and imprint on it. And it also kind of speaks to the idea of the future, because the things that we imagine, I believe, usually come from the things that we've experienced or the things that were told to us in a story. And when you think of the stories that we tell about the future, it's usually really crazy worlds like Ready Player One, where there's a dystopian VR world, or Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower, which is a great book. It's a great one, but it's like a really crazy future. Yeah, you don't want it to be like that. So if all of these stories are what's in our imagination, then what future will here we can tell our own stories about the future.
She had it on B's
Here,
homepage for Twitch.
innovation,
It doesn't show anything, it just shows that she's online. And so I was trying to figure
That whole time you've been doing that? Damn, it's been like 30 minutes. Oh well.
I feel like that's a step to just get people's gears turning and think about, what if something else can be this way, and to almost have a space where people are invited to dream and to imagine, and also are informed by different thought leaders, since you can host panel discussions like this and other events in the space, informed by other people who are really at the forefront of their fields, people talking about smart cities or sustainable houses and all these things that are going to be part of the conversation, sustainable space travel, all these interesting things that could be a part of the world that we have, and each art piece, conversation, etc., is really a tool in our toolkit that we need to build the world we want. I want to say personally, when you sent the skills, I want to say personally, when you sent it's felt familiar to me. I've been there before, especially with Eco Garden, and then I feel like virtual avatar,
taking an object's virtual avatar and taking her movements and transmuting it into her virtual self, into your space, felt like
honestly, it felt familiar. It felt
it felt familiar. It felt like I'd already been in this space before, but like revisiting and in the best way possible. So doing the animation for you just felt so good and effortless. Doing things like this, I think, on a global scale continues to show people that you really apply yourself and do anything. And it's not that hard, but also, I guess, challenging.
What was challenging for you about doing the? Just making sure her movements were fluid.
Just making
Honestly,
sure
so,
her movements were fluid. Honestly,
the part where
Let's use your imagination.
let's use your imagination.
there was major alignment. It was her movements, but taking it and aligning
It was her movements, but taking it and aligning it with the space.
fluid mocap movement and also having to use
Fluid
AI
mocap
because
movement and also
it
having
was
to
the
use
perfect
AI.
combination. It was less
It was the
difficult
perfect
than-
combination. It was less difficult than.
I just think the intent and the energy
I just think the intent and the
that felt
energy.
familiar. So it was like, oh, welcome back.
Yeah, it
Let's do
felt
this.
familiar. So it was like, oh, welcome back. Let's do this. You know. So it was an honor to definitely put this together, and it's just beautiful work. Beautiful work.
Basically, Paris took the avatar that they created of Anaka and animated it for a hybrid performance we're going to do after this panel. These are some of the stills of the world that they imagined together. And the first, like, I definitely agree. It felt familiar and it felt ethereal. And it felt very, like, divine feminine, which
Safe.
is refreshing.
Safe
and
and yes.
the tech space. So I love the energy that you both brought into it. Beyond like the color, well, I guess that's a large part of it. Even the color scheme, like how was that something you thought about, or was it more like what you felt when you chose it? In every other aspect too. I know those geodesic domes had some
I love them.
thought in that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted and also shout out to you for doing the mocap.
This one,
That's
this
really
one right
cool,
here is
yeah.
my favorite. This is where I was like that alignment, and then just being a part of that, and watching the video you sent me and syncing it together. It was just like I was like, damn. When I was doing it, I was like, damn, that is. And then this intro. Man, like that. Thank you for letting me do this for y'all. Really, and this one too. This is my second favorite. It's just.
And you know what's so crazy? I don't know if y'all know this. You designed the actual fit and the clothes and everything, and then you made it happen. My friends call me Blue Flame Drip, and like my hair is blue flames, and I don't think either of y'all knew that, so I just had to say. It's because I'm the hottest part of the flame, baby. The blue
Yeah, the Eco Garden part, Eco Future part, I was like, I feel like doing this for y'all. I'm planting a seed as well. And then you mentioned that, and I was like, damn. Again, just very aligned and yeah.
Yeah, we came together to do this very aligned too. Like it felt very much just like, oh, this is something I've been wanting to do, but I know this is a space I've been wanting to create art with and experiment and cultivate with, and I already knew Anatola was very experienced with the virtual metaverse space. So yeah, this is very exciting for me as an artist to collaborate with the game element as well. Like it's very much crossing a lot of practices that don't tend to like play together as much.
I know it's a sacred old world, but also like new world and future all at once, past, present, future all at once. Like you can see it, you can feel it, and just beautiful.
Do you have anything you want to add about maybe like the process you utilized, Paris, to create the mocap? I know it was a struggle. It was trial and error. We're trying to figure out what we can, bring to this space to show you. What was your process in the end?
Honestly, like I said before, like some of the other animation jobs like that have been like really difficult. They take a lot of time. This one, yeah, this one, it just worked. Like it literally just flowed. I had to do a little adjustments, but it was like, no, this time just.
You used Rococo or?
I didn't use Rococo Vision. I used Deep Motion to generate the animations from the video you sent me. and like that's it. Like
Yeah, you just sent like a video of yourself against a blank wall.
Yeah.
Dancing, and from
and
that,
it took the
Paris
hand
animated
tracking
avatar.
and just body tracking and everything just flowed with the space. And putting it in the blender, just watching it on the back end, like I was like, wow. Yeah. It's magical, like it really is magic. Like I feel like it's in my opinion, like this is part of my craft. This is my virtual magic, you know. So I want to do more, you know, with y'all in the future and expand. And I want to walk through the space and spatial and VR. I'm excited. So.
Well, on that note, we'd love to show you what this part 2 of this performance is going to look like. Anaka's going to do a live performance with.
Oh wait, first, sorry. I feel like there might be. Are there any questions out there? Do y'all got any questions? Any quick questions? Amani.
So like where actually does this live? Like, is it online? Where can, like, if I wasn't here tonight, like, where could I find it? It exists in our imagination. It exists on a platform called Spatial.io. It was built in Unreal Engine, and you are able to access it on Spatial, where you can join through your phone, a computer, or VR headset. And up to 500 people can join at a time, so it's very social, interactive world. There is other places that I can go to from Spatial, from Fortnite and other worlds that can inhabit it. And we are also looking forward to bringing it into hybrid, physical, and virtual events as well. So expanding through the virtual world to the physical one.
Thank you. Any other questions? I think we're all excited to see the performance. So thank you guys so much for sharing. And if you have any other questions, we're all gonna have a little kiki after the performance. So feel free to come up to us.
And also, you know, join us in the future. This is really just like the seed. We're planting the seed with y'all, so, you know, vibe with us. This is the QR code you can use to stay connected.
Yeah.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Be a part of the fam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
Great.
Thank you.
Move the chair. So stay seated.
water, an infinite pool of water. Render me a water, render me a water, render me a water. Infinite pool of water, here in all the waters, healing all the waters, here in all the waters, healing all the waters, here in all the waters. Waters, 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 healing all the waters. Okay, y'all ready to pick it up a little bit? Are we sleeping? That's okay if you're sleeping. It's a Monday. Give thanks. Okay, we're gonna pick it up a little bit. You was vibing now. We're gonna vibe a little bit to the lives. Give thanks. My name's Anaka. I make angel music. That's what this is called. It's called Angel Music. Welcome. And I'm so grateful to get to share in this space where we can reimagine all forms of music, all different types of vibrations. We used to share good energy, good vibes, and prayers. Hypnotize You know when you're like, oh, oops, stop the speaker. It's okay. All right, y'all. So thank you for the moment. I'm excited about this live, and we're gonna do one more song and thanks. Shout out to Angels. Guys, are protected to the space. Yeah, man. Happy fun. So I call it angel music because they're songs from the angels, and I sing in this way, like performance, and I also sing in ceremony. So some of these songs, especially during the meditation vibe, it's more like the ceremony vibe. That song I just played is more like it's me in the world, angel music. But it's all angel music vibes. So it's not necessarily a genre, it's just a vibration. You can also make angel music too, let me know if you do. We can bond over it or something, I don't know. So that's what's going on over here. If y'all want to learn more, please hit me up, you know? Vibe it. So this last song is called Crisis of the Conflict. Even with tears in my eyes, I'm the baddest.
Let thanks to everybody who got here safely. May you all get home safe as well. Feel free to connect. You know, we're here to connect. We're here to see each other and give thanks. So yes, bless. May everyone have a safe evening. Yes, bless. Conversation's now closed, right? We can say some last things if anybody needs to say the last things, but.
Just want to quick add, in addition to the art we have here on stage, we also have a designer, Yara, who has some of her clothing and other items in the back for sale, but I'll have her explain a little bit more about that to you guys.
Hi everybody. First of all, beautiful performance. I need to mention that. Thank you. And amazing event. So nice to see the turnout. My name is Yara. I'm one of the co-founders of the sustainable luxury brand called Boutique Beirut. We're out front. So practically we make 100% handmade and sustainable and ethical handbags, jewelry and clothing. And we work with craftsmen and craftswomen in developing communities. Currently we work with different artisans in my home country, Lebanon, in the Middle East, and also with the Maasai tribe in Kenya. And we have some of these pieces on display, and we have our little presentation which shows the work that we do with the artisans. Everything we do is unique piece, and everything we do is to give back to the community, because this is our purpose as a social enterprise. And it's just really beautiful to be able to make art, whether it's through our clothing and our bags. We have hand embroidery and hand painting, and even through music and just through anything that everybody does. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you, everyone. Feel free to hang out and check out all of the art around the space. Happy Monday.